The Qatari government seems to even be able to run state-owned in our country. Our entire energy supply is owned by the French government. So not only do we not have state wealth, and we say that the state can't manage anything, we let other states manage our shit. So we're saying us, as a government, can't manage our own shit, but other governments can do it. It's f***ing insanity. Lots of people talking about wealth tax these days. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a start. Obviously, like, a wealth tax is part of, it's the one string of the bow. What you got to understand is we look at people on the left, typically on the economic left, we tend to look at the economy in quite a different way than right-wingers do. So for us, our end goal isn't a wealth tax. You don't want just a 2% wealth tax isn't going to fix the country, but it will definitely help, and it will mean that we can probably sustain some of the welfare that they want to try and cut, or now they're not going to be able to cut. But it's like the beginning, right? Like, a big part of it, we talk about taxes a lot because it's super important, but a big part of it is rebuilding national wealth, like national ownership and national sovereign wealth over like assets, and having an actual state that owns things and can have stakes in businesses, right? You look at China, you look at their success, you look at Norway, you look at a lot of nations, they have wealth, right? The state itself has wealth. We just fucking depleted our wealth. We sold it all off to foreign billionaires. And we're now, like, the long game is to rebuild that wealth. That's going to take a fucking while. A 2% wealth tax ain't going to do that. It's a step in the right direction. So, like, obviously, renationalization is a big part. Starting to build up a tax system that is fair is a big part. But then also building up sovereign wealth via having a sovereign wealth fund and ownership over, hopefully, the green economy, because it's not... we have, like, a chance of actually having ownership in the green economy. But already it's probably going to be a bit more privatized than we would like it to be. But we need to start getting this idea, like, we need to change the understanding the British people have over how a successful state looks. We have a lot of stupid ideas that effectively make people think that the government is unable to do anything. Like, people genuinely believe the government cannot. If you listen to someone like Dan Priestley, they believe genuinely governments cannot run a business. They cannot make money. Yet somehow they also understand that China exists. It's grown inordinately, and their government has like 51% stakes in major companies. So they understand that exists. They understand Norway seems to run its oil supply via a government and has ownership over things. They also offer out from the state. They offer out help and support to businesses. So we need to make people understand that the state needs to start having wealth again. We need to, because state wealth is like public wealth, and obviously it can be mismanaged, it can be done poorly, whatever, but like, we have to break this idea that the state cannot do anything, because there's no evidence of it. Like, even their heralded example, which would be Dubai, the Dubai dictatorship, they own like massive parts of their industry. I flew through Dubai to Bali, and the airport was beautiful, and I just had a hunch. I was like, I bet you the royals own the airport, like I thought they would, rather than a private company. And of course they do. And then think about this, right? Qatar, the Qatari government, right? The government of Qatar owns Canary Wharf. They own that region, right? Where all the banks are, the Qatari government own that. If you go into Canary Wharf as a Brit and you have your free speech, your freedom of protest, and you try and bring that shit to the Qatari owned Canary Wharf, you will be banned from ever stepping foot into Canary Wharf, a part of Britain, because we sold that part to the Qatari government. And it's an incredibly wealthy and well-run area. It's a nice area as well. The Qatari government seems to even be able to run state-owned shit in our country. Our entire energy supply is owned by, I believe, the electric is owned by the French government. So not only do we not have state wealth, and we say that the state can't manage anything, we let other states manage our shit. So we're saying us, as a government, can't manage our own shit, but other governments can do it. It's fucking insanity. So we need to break that insane way of thinking that the British public seems to have. It's just completely ideological. It completely goes against everything we understand and know looking at the rest of the world. Singapore, for fuck's sake. Singapore owns 90% of the land, and 80% of the people live in council flats that are built by the state. Britain itself built 32 new towns after the war from the ground that are now places that people live, still to this day. Like, we need to break this insane idea that the British state can't manage anything. Of course it can. Many of the things that were once owned by the state were obviously much better. A wealth tax, it's great. It's a start. I'm so glad. Actually, we need to take a W. Just the fact that they're talking about it shows that Gary's plan is working, and he has started a movement that's grown beyond him, which is exactly what he was saying he needs to do, and is happening, right? It's amazing to see the polling data that came out the other day saying that 75% of Brits support a wealth tax, even reform voters. And stuff transcends political boundaries. Like, this isn't a right or left issue. This is just a fairness thing. This is just, we have a state that requires money, and there is a class of people that pay very little toward it. The moves are in place, but this is not the end goal. Do not think that a 2% wealth tax is the end goal. It's not the end goal. We have a fundamental different view of how a state should look. Like, we need to break away from this attitude that privatisation is key. All that matters is business investment, private money. We have to break away from that. So that's where we're chipping away at. And this stuff like Zora Mondani's success, which also happened whilst I was away, fucking impressive shit. All this stuff is the right direction. We want to start looking more like a Nordic nation. Everyone does. It's obvious.